In scriptures, the human body is often referred to as the temple of God. Yet it is quite an uncommon privilege for any soul to attain this sacred abode that houses the divine, as it is truly a blessing to be reborn as a human being. On several occasions, Supreme Master Ching Hai has spoken about the rarity of this phenomenon.
To be reincarnated in the human world is hard. You have to have enough human quality. You have to have affinity with the parents, yeah, and with the society, with the people around which you were born. And very difficult. To be a human, you need some merit. You have done something good in the past in order to be able, yeah, to be able to pick a human birth.
As a living temple of God, the human body is fully equipped with miraculous wonders that can be awakened in those who are spiritually conscious and have complete faith in the Creator of all life. In India, Latin for fasting is the human ability to live without food. Since time immemorial, there have always been individuals who can sustain themselves on prana, or the vital life force. Through the grace of the Providence, in idiots, people who follow a food-free lifestyle can draw the energy from nature to nourish themselves.
They live on the chi, from the ground, or from the forest, and from the sun and from the air. They make use of all that. Or they live on love, on faith alone.
These individuals are known as Breatharians, Solarians, Breatharians or Pranarians, and they come from all walks of life, from different cultures and all corners of the world. Indeed, the possibilities and miracles in this life as our benevolent Creator has designed for us are endless. We only need to connect within to recognize our abounding largesse as God's children. Supreme Master Ching Hai has lovingly recommended a weekly series on Supreme Master Television to introduce those individuals of the past and present who have chosen to live food-free on earth. May their spiritual stories enthrall you. May hearts be opened and horizons be expanded. We now invite you to join us for part 2 of our 3-part program, Elitom Ben Yisrael, Living a Holistic Breatharian Lifestyle, on Between Master and Disciples.
This program discusses the possibility of breatharianism, or living without eating food, and is not a full instruction. For your safety, please do not attempt to cease eating without proper expert guidance.
Elitom Ben Yisrael has not eaten food for 10 years. He's healthy, energetic, and happy. To help others lead a healthier lifestyle, Elitom shares his knowledge of holistic medicine and exercises, and promotes the compassionate, animal-free vegan diet. To learn more about his breatharian lifestyle, our Supreme Master television correspondent interviewed Elitom in Ohio, USA. During the interview, Elitom shared that he grew up in an ordinary household, eating the standard American diet, and heading for a life beset with health problems as a result of consuming animal products. Luckily, in his quest for self-knowledge, Elitom discovered an alternative, compassionate lifestyle that enlightened masters through the ages have taught and encouraged. Through the plant-based diet, Elitom avoided a grim fate of animal product-related diseases. From that point on, he gravitated toward alternative meat-free diets that included raw and liquid foods. One day, when he learned about jasmuheen, a breatharian in Australia, Elitom decided to dispense with food altogether. As he began to rely on the cosmic energy or prana for sustenance, Elitom realized that the process of becoming a breatharian was challenging. However, he persevered in his goal. Determined to become food-free, Elitom utilized holistic approaches that included meditation, exercises, and communing with nature to overcome the transitioning stage.
One thing I noticed in my transition, when I did try to experiment with this type of food or experiment with this type of food, I don't even see what the taste was or what I was eating. It's like eating dirt now. It's like an illusion. What was that I was doing to myself? So, of course, when humanity experienced that as a whole, of course, they're going to finally pick up that that didn't taste good after all. That was a belief system, a mindset, and we can all launch off into bettering the planet and the universe.
As a breatharian, Elitom realizes he doesn't even need to drink water. Similar to the breatharian Indian holy man Prahlad Jani, Elitom's body produces the water it needs.
I'm really curious, you mentioned before that you can create water spontaneously within your own body.
Yes.
Please dwell upon that for us.
Now, going through the breatharian process, that's usually the biggest challenge. To really break that belief system, can a body create water? They call it, like when you make a diet changes, you got your live and raw foodist, then you got a place called a liquidarian. That's a person who still chooses to drink. That's right under breatharianism, before you break it off. The body creating liquid for itself, that is very hard, because when you're going through that transition of leaving foods alone, the body will actually grab what it needs. They call this the most refined diet in the world, because even though you might say, well, I eat carrots and broccoli and it'll give me this, this, and this, you can eat too much and get too much of something compared to breatharianism. But the body itself, for instance, knows when to get rid of something. It'll get rid of something at the right time. Why? So it won't hurt you or kill you. It might be a discomfort coming from the liver. You feel it for days and days. It will quit, but the body will get rid of it at its time, and so it will not harm you. So therefore, in order to make it will move itself without you taking liquids. It will create its own liquid in order to remove that.
There were noticeable changes which Elitom experienced once he stopped eating food.
When you stop eating food, you are stopping a chain of reaction.
Yes.
Your social behavior, there's things that come along with it. Do you feel isolated?
Oh, yes, many times.
So you have to find comfort inside of you?
Comfort inside of you, or you either play that game over a period of time. I went through a game that I had to not only play with myself, but with others around me, so you won't bring attention to yourself. You might go and have a soup. You might go and have, especially when you're with friends and stuff, you might have some tea, a juice or something. Your body is still going through discomfort, but it's like you're making a sacrifice just to keep the heat off of you. But the more and more this knowledge get out there, the more and more you can really be you and launch off to where you need to go, and hopefully others could come along also for the ride.
As he overcame the social obstacles to becoming fully food-free, Elitom reaped the physical benefits of being a breatharian.
Do you get sick still?
Not at all.
Not at all.
When you deal with sickness, illness, and disease, those are three different levels of an energy that's going low. In other words, sickness is a energy where you'll get rid of quick, sort of like a cold. If you don't do nothing, the body will get rid of that cold over a period of time. And illness is the same thing, it's just a lot more strenuous to get rid of. It's sort of like chicken pox. It's going to take a lot longer time, but the body will get rid of it. But a disease, which is dis-ease or discomfort, sort of like cancer. It's harder to get rid of. You can get rid of it because there's information coming out of it, but it'll take a lot longer. A different type of change, a lot more energy you have to put into it because you put a lot of energy to get it. Sort of like a person who catch cancer from smoking cigarettes. They put a lot of time and energy in doing that. You had to actually go work, go get the money, go purchase the cigarettes. You had to do this year in and year out, so you actually earned the cause and effect of your actions or what just took place. So it's the same thing like when you said on getting sick. Every sickness, illness, and disease is actually created by the individual if they realize it or not.
Aside from the physical benefits of good health, Elitom discovered within himself clarity of mind and perception.
So do you perceive, because of your change physically on your body, your life change around that too?
Exactly. Because everything you put in your body actually deals with a consciousness or a thought process that you're dealing with. Because to me, this is a science also. In other words, I'm sort of like a researcher using my own body as a laboratory going through this. So there's a lot of notes I picked up through the years. One time I went through a situation where I just kept drinking juices, blending them up myself, getting organic fruits. Then one day I went to the machine and got a juice that said 100% orange juice. Now before I took this, when I had the other juices, I was thinking of all these positive things I was going to do today. As soon as I took the juice in the can, it was like something just came over me and said, put it off to tomorrow. Just off of that thought process of what went into my body just now. So a lot of people don't even notice this, but there is information that's coming out now that, for instance, a lot of people that's in prison, a lot of that was based on diet. Children in school, why are they getting bad grades? A lot of it is based on diet. So there's a lot of things that humanity has to deal with that they have to take responsibility for what's going on to your body, also connecting with the thought process, and that's what spirituality and holistics was talking about all along. Mind and body connection.
As a Breatharian, Elitom also achieved a heightened sense of spiritual awareness.
So what you're telling us is because you're thinking differently, you change many levels.
Many levels. Many levels of your being. Your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body, and also your spiritual body. Now, when I say spirituality, most people want to rotate to religion and vice versa and belief systems again. However, I look at it as when you look at that word spiral being the root word of spirituality, every thought process and every deed that we do either going to raise your vibration or lower it. So all of us is on that. In spirituality, you actually can raise your energy because we're not inert energy where you just stagnate it. Or you can lower it. It's your choice. Actually, when we're dealing with these changes like this, I'm even on a level of growth where there's so much levels of growth. I wish I was around other people just like me.
Join us next week for part 3 when we return with Elitom's journey on becoming food-free. Now, please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television for good people, good works. Coming up next, right after Noteworthy News. God bless and farewell for now.
For more details, please visit www.suprememastertv.com/BMD.